Hey, welcome back to episode 3 of A Few Guys and a Beer, talk about real estate and some other stuff. Today we're going to keep it light and short with everything going on and current events. I'm going to bring these guys into the conversation here, and we're going to tell you about what we're doing to stay busy. So what do you think, fellas? What's going on with the coronavirus and life? Luke, why don't you start us off?
Oh, I'm so nervous.
You look it, man. You don't look relaxed at all.
I know. I've just accepted right now that this is my own personal belief, and people can, feel different. It's all okay, but I don't want to make light of the severity of the situation, but the severity of the situation isn't in line with our country's reaction. And I understand still fear in all of us, even when we say we're not afraid, things are going to creep up in our mind. So, I've been doing the best I can to concentrate. I feel like I say this term a lot, but on shit control. I can't control how the markets are reacting. How something is spreading fast and or whatever it might be, but I can control, who I'm coming back with, my own personal hygiene, my family, and how we operate stuff. That's really where my focus is. Honestly, trying to bring everybody together. I firmly believe that whatever it is, man, maybe 5 years, look back on this time, and it's going to be referred to as the Great Reset. Not recession, not what it is going to be a recession for sure, but it's like a time for a global reset, focusing on important things. There's going to be tons of people right now that are going to get cracked, right? Like out of work for 2 years, a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. That's really going to cripple families. So, how do we band together and help out? I don't really 100% know, but it's something we should be thinking about. Like, my hope is that this whole crazy allows us to think about things that are really important, and kind of plan for stuff. It's inevitable that crazy shit's going to happen.
Yeah, none of us here are experts in medicine, finance, or really anything except maybe real estate.
I'm an expert in real estate and trying to be a nice dude and have a class hip.
But yeah, I think you nailed it. That's disgusting, man.
Your attitude's disgusting. You'll always have that shitty attitude, but I can shave, so take that.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. There's a lot of people out there just talking about this the coronavirus without really knowing all the details, and us included, I guess, right now.
Sure.
So my whole thing is just take it day by day. Don't buy into the fear. Be prepared.
Yes.
If you can get to the grocery store and get your food items, we are going to be shut down for a little while in all facets. And if we're not prepared to eat and bathe, then we get in trouble. We'll see what happens in the financial sector and what kind of relief we get from the government, if any, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Don't get your news off of Facebook. That's some dumb shit.
Dude, Chris, fucking 10 stars for you on that, because that's a whole other issue that everybody it's a ton of people. That's where they get all their information. You know what I mean? Honestly, you can go on there tomorrow. Hey, Easter is postponed until, and that'll get around. And somebody will be going, "Oh my God, they pushed Easter back this year." Like, it's insane how whatever we read, we just take for truth, and then we don't, read more.
Luke, it's important to know though that the leprechaun came to my house last night.
Yeah.
And he dropped a note. Easter is in fact pushed back. I don't know if you got that same memo.
No,
but,
it is.
Yeah.
They are pushing it.
Yeah, he read it on Facebook, so I don't know how accurate it is, but
Oh, is April Fool's Day being canceled?
I hope not.
Yeah.
May
Should-
Fool's Day, I think.
What?
May Fool's Day.
Could be, I guess. I'm so confused right now. I just need to take.
What do you guys think? You know, this disease is obviously very contagious, but looking at a sheer numbers thing, if we don't have the testing and fatalities have been somewhat minimal here in the U.S. so far. Once we get testing and people are testing positive for it, do you think there's going to be a huge scare, and how do you think that'll manipulate the market?
I mean, my opinion on this whole thing is I think it's going to run its course. We're not going to get a vaccine anytime soon. I mean, yeah, we could quarantine people for how long? As soon as we get active again, it's probably going to pick up. I think it's just going to get a lot as far as fatalities and people getting affected. I think it's just going to have to run its course. It's going to get a lot worse than it's going to get better.
Yeah.
But as soon as we get past that and the human body gets immune, I mean, we're going to be in better shape. But if you look at China, they had a huge spike. Now they're coming down. And some people want to say that's because of testing. I don't know if it's all because of testing. They're already opening things back up. Disney World in China is opening back up.
Isolation.
There's a Disney World in China?
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. I didn't know that.
So I don't think anybody really cares about our unqualified opinions on the disease itself, and I don't want to make light of it.
It's a virus, asshole. It's not a disease.
Disease virus.
Such a disease, Kevin.
So let's turn it more toward how are you guys keeping busy, avoiding the stir craziness. It's only been a few days, but I have young kids at home. I'm just wondering how I'm going to maintain sanity over the next couple of weeks if they're staying home and I'm working from home. Thoughts?
You're not? You're not going to. Man. All right, dude. We got lucky yesterday here at our household. Grammy, my wife's mom, watched the kids for the day, and we ripped through as much work as we possibly could because we knew then today was the three little stinkers basically running the show. But I think anybody, kids, and if everybody's home and if people still have to work, the best way to hash it is give if I can get an hour, 2 hours uninterrupted and focused, I could probably do whatever I need to do for the day. But if it's I'm going to work 8 or 9 or 10 hours and it's disruption after disruption, it's got to be a teamwork at home. That's the best way possible to do it. And you got to still know it's going to be rocky, within that time period. Dealing with the kids is something, but they're creative. Little kids are fun. They want to do random stuff. And I've had fun just sitting there, not worrying about what's going on in the world, smashing trucks into each other and pretending I'm a princess. I've been doing that my whole life anyway, so it's all fun for me. How are you guys? What are you guys doing to, I guess, mix it up, stay sane, whatever you want to call it?
I spent most of my day in my database.
Nice.
Whenever this does pass, whether it's 2 weeks, 30 days, 60 days, all that's doing is compounding how bad this, are we going to call it a spring market if it happens in May? Whenever this gets released, it's going to be a free for all, at least in my area. So I'm just prepping for it. There's still a lot of people out there that are going to be planning on listing their homes in the next 90 days or whenever this passes. The buyers need to be educated because, as Mr. Martin Espily said, if you're not coming in at full or above full, you don't have a chance in hell. And so I'm trying to just prepare, because when this dam is released, it is going to be a feeding frenzy.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, and that's what I did most of today was worked on my back office and follow-up systems, and I just want to make sure I'm on top of getting in touch with everybody I've been working with, because the rates are going to stay low. I think that we're going to rely on the housing market to bring us out of the hole here over the coming months or year. People should hopefully be in a great position to buy. There's going to be some people, unfortunately, that are going to have to sell. Rates are going to be low, and we have to take advantage of that. Investors or people looking for their first home, whatever the buyer's needs are, there's going to be a great opportunity.
Yeah, man, status quo here. I mean, the plan hasn't changed since last month. Doing the same thing I did last month, which is prospecting, setting appointments, going on appointments, writing contracts. I mean, that's what we do. I don't think any realtor should change that. If you get slow because you're not going on as many appointments, you prospect more or have more conversations. I think that's the name of the game.
Yeah, it doesn't change. If we just sit on our thumbs for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be screwed in 6 months.
Yeah, if you're gonna like just sit on your hands and say, "Oh, no one's buying houses now," in 2 months you're not gonna have any business. You have to continue to do the things we've been doing.
Chris, I know you do a lot of cold calling. Are you still doing that right now?
Yeah, more people are home. It's been awesome. My rate of pickups went up 25% in the last 2 days. It's fucking awesome.
Are any negative feedback? Are people pissed at all?
No, I mean, look at there's going to be out of 10 people, there's always going to be 2 that don't want to get called. The other 10, the other 8 are usually pretty good about it, and probably 5 out of that 10 are happy you called and presented your value to them. I don't see any people's attitudes. I haven't got the objection a lot about we're holding off because of surprisingly. I thought that would be a big objection right now.
Yeah, dude, I
might
agree
change though.
with what everybody said there. Like, yeah, that's a great kind of take home if whoever's blessed enough to sit down for 20 minutes and watch this later. No matter what industry you're in or what you're doing, 2 things. It's like, 1, don't take your foot off the gas now, because there's going to be tons of people that do it and are just like, oh, whatever, I'm just going to do whatever. And then you're just going to excel and build towards the future. Like, don't let up at all. And on the other hand, combining with that, it is really an amazing opportunity to get some of those lingering things done that we say, hey, I wish I had time to do this, right? You have that time now. Keep your foot on the gas, and it's like, maybe I should go through my database and scrub some things out of there and make some different groups, or let me pay more attention to my CRM, or let me get at least the plans together for a client appreciation party down the line. Like, whatever it might be, what a great opportunity to do that now, why things are a little bit slower or different during this time period.
Yeah, man, I agree with that for sure. And it's kind of like, unfortunately, a lot of people are going to die with this virus, but it also causes a lot of opportunity for people, and how many rich people always come out of recessions, devastating national events. And I think the people level head, continue working and grinding are going to be coming out stronger.
Yeah, I use Google Calendar and Google Tasks. Just randomly, I'll be driving and I plug stuff into that task list that I need to get to later. And then I look back on it and I try to schedule it. I have about 100 things I haven't gotten to yet. And I'm going to take this time over the next 2 weeks to get every one of those done, continue to prospect, and be set up for the spring or summer market or whatever it is. Final takeaways here. We said we were going to keep it short because obviously we're super busy watching our kids and everything else. Final takeaways or words of advice until next week.
I think you just focus on what you can control. whether it's your database cleaning up as far as real estate, getting organized, because when things come, it's going to come quick. If it's at home, enjoying some extra time with your kiddos, doing, whatever you can to make the best out of a bad situation, but prepare yourself, because when this thing releases, I think it's going to be a feeding frenzy across everything, not just real estate. I mean, everything's going to come back, because we're just kind of holding off on everything. So you're going to have a month or 2 months worth of work, and then unleashed, and stay organized and stay focused.
Yeah. I would just say, like, be cautious, but not fearful, and have compassion at the top of your mind during this, because there's just the domino effect of all this is going to affect people in such a myriad of different ways that we might not even be able to wrap our minds around or not know. So, when we're dealing with people, just have, like, that's something I've been thinking about all day, is just like the compassion part of this, where it's like, listen, you don't know what somebody's going through. And, I don't know where I recently heard this, but it's like, dude, 90% of people, it's like if they had to come up with $1,000 tomorrow in their bank account, they could not. Right. And that's like, that's real, so not working for a month really could cripple people. So if there's any way you can cut somebody a break or help them out, I think it's super important to keep that top of mind.
Yeah, I think, a few things. Be prepared. Nail down your systems in your business. Don't be fearful, and kind of take a step back and enjoy the moment. In our culture, we've become so work obsessed, and I'm guilty of it too.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
Sometimes I get annoyed when my kids interrupt me texting a client. A pretty awful thing. My goal here is to take that time, put the phone down, knowing that I have extra time to work on my systems and get back to my clients. I'm going to enjoy my kids and the family life a little bit more. When we hang up here, we're going to the track for some gym class. So enjoy the moment as much as you can, despite all the fear.
I accept terms and conditions, and I don't speak to you anymore right now.
Chris Shaw, you got anything to say?
Oh, no, man. I think it's a great time to, like, study leadership and see how people react and panic. And I think you can learn a lot by watching what's going on in the United States right now. I find that pretty interesting. I think everyone should really study that. And then, there's going to be opportunities when things like this happen. Don't be afraid to be contrarian when it comes to stuff. You don't always have to follow the herd. So that's
Good advice.
Truth.
I would
Good
take
stuff.
away from all this.
All right, guys. We promised it short. We appreciate your time. Luke, I hope you got some beard gel stocked up for the next couple of weeks, or is that just all natural?
It's well, of course it's all natural. I would not put gel, but there are some oils.
Conditioners, right?
Oh, we
Beard conditioners?
wash it like my hair every day, bro. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of oil in there for the kids, I like the smell of it. And Landon, actually, which doesn't have a beard because he's 2, every morning we'll put a on and go like this. That's how he gets the ladies at daycare. They love it.
Hey, do you think maybe we can do a little Captain Lou Albano?
Yeah.
Get
For the
some
next-
style in?
Yeah. Next, you know what? Next thing we'll Captain Lou it, and I'll put on my wrestling voice and I'll get really fake pumped up. It'll be fun.
Put your wrestling tights on too. I think that'll be fun for everybody.
I left them at your house the last time we got together. So
That's
if you
true.
could email, that would be great.
All right. All right, guys.
Right on.
Stay safe.
Everybody stay clean. See you guys.
See ya.